Welcome to this lesson. Today I'm going to share with you my favorite tips on how to approach leaps in the piano playing. And for this I'm going to use this absolutely epic and exhilarating spot from the Rachmaninoff Etude. So let's go on. And before we even approach it, just a quick reminder that I have just released a course on the whole piece. So if you are interested in a tutorial on the whole etude-tableau number 6 from the opus 39, check it out following the link in the description. And here is the very simple technique to follow. So basically, when I approach a position change, like for example, in these passages, I would always play the last note of each position on the motion up. So here I would support myself at the bottom of the keys with a little bit more weight, using the weight of the forearm, and the last note I would go up. And what happens here is that I can even accent this note, but the motion is still like jumping off the piano with a very quick relaxation of the fingers, like this. And this allows me to approach the next position freely. And this is crucial to relax because most people don't really relax well between positions. And also it's crucial to move your forearm really quickly because most of piano learners are really kind of stiff here, so they are kind of afraid to move their arms freely and quickly. And very often we really need those like very quick like throwing motions, which originate either in the elbow or maybe sometimes even in the shoulder, right? So whenever you approach a spot with quick position changes, check these two things. Do you play the last note of a position on the motion up, which allows you to move even while you still play that last note, like this? Do you relax your fingers well enough as soon as they engage with the key? And do you feel a really great freedom in the forearm? So these three things will define whether you will progress on the path or not. So first, do it really slowly, like whatever you learn, whatever leaps you do, just really slowly, like this. But keep in mind those points. Now, when it comes to like positions which are same, which consist of like a few slurred notes, like these ones. Here, basically, we have the same motion coordination, like down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. But when we have leaps left and right, like further, like this spot, the motion coordination might be different. We can think of it as a rounded motion. What I personally prefer to do is in most cases, I would prefer to kind of push off the bass note like this. So with a very strong finger impulse and also impulse from the elbow because these chords are so loud, like this. And kind of like jumping off, like pushing off. Imagine that you want to push your piano away, like this. And relaxing the fingers is essential, of course, because when you're tense between positions, you can't adjust to the next position efficiently. So relaxing the fingers really quickly and allowing your arm to quickly cover the distance between positions, like this. And ideally, when I start practicing such spots slower, I want to move really quickly and really freely, like with loose fingers, and I want to feel the keys of the next chord before I actually play them. So push off and land at this chord, so like kind of like jump off, land, jump off, land, jump off, land. So that's the motion coordination which I prefer. Although I know people who prefer like an opposite thing. They move like down, jump off, and they land on the bass. Whatever suits you, whatever you think is really comfortable. But it's always better to move in a circle, either like this or like this, than to use two curvy motions here. Yeah, so we don't really want to do the same motion here and there because then it feels a little bit less comfortable, less ergonomic than moving in a circle. So the tricky part here is moving down after playing a chord. So here, for example, if I push off the chord, I land at the chord and I activate the fingers and I stay low after the strike. So I'm not going to bounce off. I'm going to drop the fingers, activate them, and kind of switch off. And I stay low and I move my arm kind of like beneath the keyboard even, like this. Yeah. And this is a tricky aspect because most people kind of don't get it, in my experience, that motion. When you land on the chord and you kind of slide down, staying low. But if you really implement this motion by patiently practicing and coordinating your motions like this, it will be really super comfortable. Yeah. So then it will be really secure and very comfortable, ergonomic, and you're not going to overwaste your energy. And another thing which I want to stress is that you really need to work on the fingertips, on the strengths of these last joints of the fingers, so they would be graspy, that they could activate properly, like this. So it's like you really want to bite the keys with your fingers, because if they are weak, and unfortunately they are weak by most learners, then your sound will be not secure and you can't really reach that supported sensation, which is important to feel grounded and to feel secure. So whenever you practice, remember to provide these grasping tiny impulses for each note. And especially when the spot is uncomfortable, it's crucial to relax even quicker so you can adjust to the next position really quickly. So I hope that these tips were useful, and check out the full version of this lesson following the link below. Thanks for watching this and see you next time.